Good morning, honkies and honkettes, Negroes and Negrettes, Latinos y Latinas, and everybody else that's watching. Hi, greetings from the dank basement. I know somebody's going to give me crap for using the word Negroes, but oh well. Nothing racist, guys. I love everybody. I love everybody. I do. And get along pretty well with the populace at large, including large people in the populace. I tell you what, I finally had 8.5 hours of really good, sweet, solid sleep after being awake yesterday and the day before for 40 hours straight. No, I do not abuse amphetamines or any other stimulant drugs other than caffeine and nicotine. It was just one of those things. I couldn't sleep night before last. Spent the night hanging out with Happy Smoking 100, which, by the way, guys, that's quite an experience, man. He's a very smart guy and a lot of fun to talk to. And we kind of covered a lot of philosophy and smoked a lot of pipe and did a lot of nasal snuff and just sort of kept each other company through our mutual insomnia. So thanks, Jake. It was a great evening and really fun waiting for the dawn with you over a couple of good pipefulls, a couple of good mugs of coffee, and some really great nasal snuff. And speaking of nasal snuff, well, I'm going to wait for that. I have a pipe full of joy this morning, although it was burning perfectly until I started the video, and then it goes out. Of course, there's not a lot left in here. I just posted a review a couple of days ago of this pipe. This is the Missouri Meerschaum from their Cobbett series of church wardens. This is the Elf. And if you watch that video, you'll know that I was complaining that the tendon fit a little bit loosely in the shank, the tendon of the stem. Fit a little too loosely into the shank, and this stem had an awful lot of play to it. And I was starting to think I should maybe call Missouri Meerschaum and say, hey, what's up with that? Replace the pipe, whatever. Well, after 2 days of smoking this pipe, that tendon is now fitting really nicely into the shank. And I think my theory, this is my theory, it is my theory, and it is no one else's theory. My theory is that finally the shank got a little moisture back into it, and maybe that birch, that wood, that's a lot. The shanks are made out of birch, and birch is a fantastic wood, semi-soft wood, very easy to work with. And I think what happened is, I think that the shank, the wood in the shank swelled up a little bit with the moisture of smoking it. So that's very good news. The tendon is still a little loose in there, but it's not bad. And that's what makes this a pipe full of joy. Another thing that makes this a pipe full of joy is that it is full of the last leaf. Well, it was full of the last leaf, the last flake I have of the Samuel Gowith Full Virginia Flake that I had stoved in my oven, 190 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 hours. I will be eternally grateful to Dr. Fred Hanna for suggesting that I do that. A really great way to bring out the flavors in otherwise fairly one-dimensional or flat Virginias. Just put them in that 190 degree Fahrenheit oven for 5 hours in the sealed tin. Take the tin out, let it cool a little bit, pop it open, and you get a pipe full of joy. Let's talk about the snuffing, because that's where I started here, and that's still my first love. We're going to be doing some snuffing this weekend. I've got a whole bunch of new snuffs from Old Mill Artisan Snuffs to go over with you, including the very bizarre Shandy Gaff. It's a beer snuff, but better. Yeah, it's amazing. And your Uncle Squiddy, by the way, has a spotted dick and burnt nuts. So we're going to be going over those two snuffs as well. Wow. I had a dream last night about Sue Dunhill. It was bizarre. Sue, if you're watching this, you need to send me a message. I got to tell you about this dream. It involved a tire swing and a trampoline and baby oil. It was absolutely incredible. I have very vivid dreams, guys. I used to be able to see something. Many years ago, I had some eyesight. And when I dream, it's really cool because I can see in my dreams. And I'm sure that the Sue Dunhill I saw in my dreams does not look like the Sue Dunhill in real life. Unless, of course, she has double D thunder cannons that defy gravity and a tattoo that says "I love Paul" right on her left. No, never mind. There was no tattoo, and no double D anti-gravity hooters either. But it was just very strange. You know, I see colors, and it's a lot of fun. I look forward to dreaming. But the dream last night was really bizarre. And it's really strange. And I also had a dream that Joffrey the Giant, Jeffrey the Giant, Jiffy Pop the Giant, and I were having a spirited debate over Virgil's Aeneid. Just, and that I still couldn't access my YouTube, Google, excuse me, and Facebook messages. Oh, wait a minute, that's not a dream, that's a nightmare, and it's still happening. Look, guys, if you want to comment on my videos, please do. But if you want me to respond to the videos, please send me an email directly to Uncle Squinty, no spaces, with Uncle, the U in Uncle, the S in Squinty, both capitalized, no spaces, unclesquinty@gmail.com. I promise you a reply. I promise you a reply. I can do that. And the reason I can promise you a reply is that I currently do not have any work at all. Now I know what it feels like to be retired. It kind of sucks. I don't know what to do with my time. So I'd be happy to answer your emails and your questions at any time. We've got a bunch of stuff. You guys, I'm such a freaking tool. I'm a junkie. It's terrible. I promised, well, I didn't promise, but I sort of agreed with my wife that I wouldn't order anything else from Pipes and Cigars, and I wouldn't order anything else from Mr. Snuff Store, and, you know, for a while. But I missed my mild lemon that I was out of, and my Freiburg and Trayer Princes that I was out of. And so I broke down, and I placed a little order with Mr. Snuff a couple of nights ago. And I also placed a Pipes and Cigars order, mostly Virginias. Forgot to order Softy Bits. Oh yeah, one more thing I want to ask the pipe community people about. I want to know what your experience has been with ordering and using the Forever stems. I understand that really they are the only way to go. If you have a beloved cob, you really like the cob, but really hate the stem. And let's face it, what's not to hate? These stems are about as cheap as they get. A lot of people just swear by these Forever stems, so I would love to know your experiences. I'm also looking for recommendations for good Virginias. Now, so far, I'm not a big Perique fan. It gets a little too peppery, a little too stingy in my mouth. I really don't, and I don't like how sometimes the Perique takes away from the basic character of the Virginias. So I haven't got a lot of experience with vapors, but if you've got a good vapor to recommend to me or a really good Virginia, I would love to hear about it. That's about all I've got today. I hope you've got a really great weekend ahead of you. God bless you always. May He keep you in His hands, heart, and care until the next time we talk. From the dank basement, I'm Paul, your squinty uncle, your wunkle squinky, your squunky dunkle. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I've picked up a whole bunch of new subscribers this week. I cannot acknowledge you all by name because there have been something like 24 new subscribers. Guys, you don't know how much I appreciate it. The fact that people are watching these videos, you know, help make sense of my life and help me feel good about myself and about my hobbies. I learn a bunch from all of you. So subscribers, viewers, likers, thank you so much. From the dank basement, I'm Paul. We'll talk to you soon with a whole bunch of snuff reviews.